Hello my friends, today we are going to some large fields in the United States to see how great agriculture in this country produces billions of tons of food. In recent years, major food crops grown in the United States include soybeans, corn, potatoes, wheat, sweet potatoes, and barley. Currently, the United States only imports 20% of the food it consumes, because its agriculture can produce a large amount of food for the entire country. Here's what's going on in a warehouse near a soybean farm in Minnesota. These farmers are preparing billions of soybean seeds to start a new crop. According to statistics, in 2021, soybeans are grown in 15 states across the country, of which Illinois, Iowa, and Minnesota are the states with the largest soybean growing areas. After billions of soybean seeds have been prepared, this tractor will be used to sow the seeds. Its task is to sow about 128,000 seeds per acre. Each year in Minnesota, about 7.7 million acres of farmland are used to produce soybeans. Meanwhile, soybean growing areas across the country account for 88.3 million acres. These are 2-week-old soybean plants. The time from sowing seeds to harvesting soybeans usually lasts about 85 days. Basically, soybeans are a very easy plant to cultivate. The main task of the farmers here is usually spraying herbicides and fungicides and providing enough water for soybean plants to grow. This is a field of soybeans more than 2 months old, and they are only about 2 weeks away from the harvesting process. In Minnesota, most soybeans are grown in counties like Waseca, Nobles, and Nicolet. After nearly 3 months since seeding, everything here is ready to start a new harvest season. Thousands of harvesters and workers will flock to the soybean fields to work. In 2021, soybean production in Minnesota is about 356 million bushels, or 21.3 billion pounds. Meanwhile, soybean production across the country is 4.4 billion bushels. Currently, Illinois is the state with the largest soybean production in the country, with 672 million bushels, accounting for 16% of the national production. Iowa is also a major soybean producer with 494 million bushels, or 11% of production. In the United States, up to 79% of soybeans are used for animal feed, with poultry being the largest consumer of soybeans. In addition, the country also exports about 1.7 billion bushels of soybeans per year, with an export value of about $26 billion. Next, we'll go to a field in Michigan to see how billions of bushels of corn are cultivated and harvested here. The end of April every year is the time when the sowing process takes place in this cornfield. This giant machine is used to sow about 34,000 seeds per acre. In 2021, in Michigan, about 2.25 million acres of farmland will be used to grow corn. Meanwhile, the total corn area in 2021 in the United States is about 96.3 million acres. This is a 1-month-old cornfield. Currently, each acre of corn in the United States needs about 600,000 gallons of water over its lifetime. Most corn varieties today need about 100 to 115 days to be harvested. According to statistics from the United States Department of Agriculture, Iowa is the state with the largest corn growing area in the country with 12.9 million acres. In second place is Illinois with 11 million acres. Almost 4 months after seeding, millions of corn plants in this field are ready to be harvested. Dozens of agricultural machines and trucks will be moved here to work. In recent years, the United States has always been the largest producer of corn kernels in the world, with about 15.1 billion bushels per year, accounting for 34% of global corn production. The states with the largest corn production in the United States are Iowa with 2.7 billion bushels, Illinois with 2.2 billion bushels, and Nebraska with 1.7 billion bushels. Currently, 45% of corn kernel production in the country is used for animal feed, 44% is converted to ethanol, and just 10% is used for food. This is the ongoing harvest of a wheat field in Kansas state. Mid-June is the time when the harvest takes place in most of the wheat farms in Kansas. According to data in 2022, the wheat area in Kansas is 7.6 million acres, which is also the state with the largest wheat area in the country. Currently, nationwide, 37.7 million acres of agricultural land are used to grow wheat, and the yield is 1.65 billion bushels. After harvesting, billions of bushels of wheat will be transported by truck to warehouses for storage. In the next part of the video, we will go to almond farms in California to see how the process of cultivating and harvesting tons of almonds happens. The process of planting almond trees usually begins in mid-February. This is the right time for the seedlings to develop buds. These covers will be used to protect seedlings from stem borers and limit sunlight. After about 2 years from planting, the almond trees will need to be pruned. Pruning almond trees is usually done at the beginning of winter. The time from planting almond trees to harvesting the first crop usually lasts 3 to 4 years. Almonds are a water-intensive plant, so this drip irrigation system needs to be operated on a regular basis. Almond trees usually have an average lifespan of 25 to 28 years, and from the 20th year onwards, the fruit yield of this tree begins to decrease. Almond blossoms usually appear between February and March, and during this time millions of honeybees are used to pollinate the flowers. If you look at it from a distance, you will see the almond flower looks quite similar to the flowers of plum and pear trees. The time from flowering to harvesting almonds usually lasts from 5 to 6 months, depending on the climate. Do you feel satisfied looking at these images? Everything here is ready to start a new harvest. This machine will be used to shake the almond tree until all the fruit on the tree falls to the ground. The process of harvesting almonds is quite similar to the harvesting of olive or cherry orchards. The whole almond will then be loaded up onto the truck by this machine. In some countries in the Middle East, the almonds, after falling to the ground, are dried in the sun for about a week before being harvested. This machine is used to harvest in the fields of several years old almonds. Hundreds of tons of almonds after harvesting will be transported to the factory for processing and packaging. Because the number of almonds is too large and cannot be processed all at once, they will be gathered here before being transferred to the factory. These are the activities that take place inside the almond nut packing factory. How do you feel about the process of cultivating and harvesting almonds in this video? Let us know what you think in the comments section of the video. Goodbye and see you in the next video.